Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up. And throughout the world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the show. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. Jesse. Brand new, but yet amazing biblical question. A brand new biblical question. And it is a doozy, but yet it's still for only for those who want to work on themselves, to know thyself. It's not for everybody. It's only for those who want to know themselves, who want to overcome hell and return to the Father. Who want to overcome hell and return to the Father. It's only for those. It's not for everybody. For those who love their misery, who love their suicidal thoughts, who love their anger, depression, loneliness, vengefulness, revenge, rage, want to be like someone else. It's not for you. But it is for those who want to overcome it, all right? Everybody else that want to stay in your hell, stay in hell and have fun. Enjoy your life. So the biblical question for those men and women, boys and girls, who want to wake up, listen to this. Do you pay attention to what's happening to you or what's happening in you? Do you pay attention to what's happening to you or to what's happening in you? Deep. Brand new biblical question. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're busy in it and doing whatever you're doing right now, because Grandpa tell me about the good old days, the world gone crazy. But whatever you're doing today, and you're not able to just sit and watch the show, you can listen no matter where you are and what you're doing. But you can also podcast all the show. You can listen even if you're in that cold snow and weather there in Washington, D.C., waiting to see the great white hope sworn in today. And some people have been out there all night long. All night long, all night long. They've been out there all night, wrapped up in clothes and plastic to see the Great White Hope inauguration today. Isn't that amazing? You can be listening on your iPhone as well. And to the females who were marching over the weekend, protesting, what they call protesting against the Great White Hope, you could be listening to on your iPhone or iPad, or to the blue states who are trying to block Trump from sending the illegal aliens back. Starting today. You could be listening. And an illegal alien who are on the run. You could be listening all over the world. All over the world. You could be listening on your iPhone, iPad, or you just sitting back relaxing. It doesn't matter. You can be listening. 605 iPhone or cell phone, iPhone, iPad at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk. Or JLP, Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. Amazing, huh? What the? It's Monday. And rainy days and Mondays always get me down. What the? It's Monday. And every Monday, we take all calls, but every Monday is, even for those females who are marching over the weekend because they don't like the fact daddy is home. That's why they're marching.
Shut up and step up.
Yeah, they were ticked that daddy is home. Mama been letting them get away with everything. And now daddy's home. And they were protesting. They mad. Because now the fun is over. Even for you, Mondays is and will always be Female Monday. All my life, I had to fight.
You can't handle the truth.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Amazing. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Oh, no, don't patronize. Tell me lies. So today, as most of you know, the Great White Hope will be sworn in as the great president of the United States of America. And today I wore in memories of and celebration of the swearing in of the Great White Hope, I wore my American shirt today, my American flag shirt, in celebration of the Great White Hope. It is a major day. Let's see what he has to say.
They say, is Donald Trump an intellectual? Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
See? Dad is home. Dad is home. Dad is home. Congratulations to Donald Trump. So according to CBS, and so I wore the shirt today for that reason. To remember and not to forget. According to CBS News, the inauguration ceremony should begin around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 8:30 a.m. Pacific Time, teeing up Trump swearing in at roughly noon when he become president. Teeing up Trump's swearing in at roughly noon when he become president. So it's going to start at 8:30 a.m. Right near the end of my show today, at the beginning of the hate report.com, and continue into Joel Friday at 11 a.m. Hate is at 9 a.m. Joel Friday at 11 a.m. and the Anchor Baby. So ending with the Anchor Baby order in there. And Anchor Baby has much energy as Trump. I thought when God gave Trump the energy and giving it all away, but I think he gave the rest to the Anchor Baby. The Anchor Baby has the rest of the energy from God. It may not last all 3 hours of today's shows. We'll see. Probably an hour. And they're having it inside instead of outside because it's so cold, according to the report. The president-elect decided to move the ceremony indoors at the Capitol Rotunda because of cold temperatures expected in Washington on Monday. So it's expected to be cold there. So it may last for an hour, give or take. They're supposed to have like a major parade. And you know, after they swear them in or before, sometimes they do a walking thing. I'm not sure if all that's going to happen this time. You know, with Milana. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, unless some of y'all know. So it's a major day today. An amazing day. Who would have thought the liberals, this is a sad day for the liberals today. The right-o Republicans, the Democrats, the liberals, it's a sad day. It's a day of reckoning. Whatever that means. It sounds good. And so for others, though, it's a day to rejoice. I shall rejoice because the Lord has come. Amazing. They had this victory rally, I guess last night. According to Fox News, President-elect Donald Trump outlined his plan for the opening day of the administration during his victory rally in Washington, D.C. on Sunday. So they had this rally last night. What the? Trump said, tomorrow at noon, the curtain closes for 4 years of American decline. Watch this from X.
Tomorrow at noon, the curtain closes on 4 long years of American decline, and we begin a brand new day of American strength and prosperity, dignity and pride. Bringing it all back. Once and for all, we're going to end the reign of a failed and corrupt political establishment in Washington, a failed administration. We're not going to take it anymore. We're going to stop the invasion of our borders. We're going to reclaim our wealth. We're going to unlock the liquid gold that's right under our feet, liquid gold. We're going to bring back law and order to our cities. We're going to restore patriotism to our schools, get radical left, woke ideologies the hell out of our military and out of our government.
No more DEI.
And we are going to make America great again.
No more DEI. DEI all over the place. What the? When you hear that, and then the president should carry that out, wouldn't you think that every American citizen would be okay with that, would love that, would want that? It doesn't matter how you vote, but should you want law and order? Shouldn't you put America first? I'm just thinking, what's wrong with you that you would not put America first? Trump reaffirmed his commitment to the declassified documents of the JFK, Bobby Kennedy, and MLK assassination. This is from X.
As a first step toward restoring transparency and accountability to government, we will also reverse the overclassification of government documents, and in the coming days, we are going to make public remaining records relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, his brother Robert Kennedy, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and other topics of great public interest. It's all going to be released, Uncle Sam.
All going to be released, Uncle Sam. Amazing. Doesn't it sound like music? I know we got to wait and see if he does it. But at least you hired someone that said, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to work for you and not for my own pocket and fake power. Don't you like that? Everybody, and their mama, if you like, everybody and their mama should love that. What's wrong with that? That's the right thing to do. As I said, I have on my shirt today in appreciation for the great white hope being back home. Trump says by tomorrow evening, this evening, the border invasion will end. What's this?
By the time the sun sets tomorrow evening, the invasion of our borders will have come to a halt, and all the illegal border trespassers will in some form or another be on their way back home.
By this evening, today. What the? Oh. By this evening. He went on to say, you will be very happy with my decision on the January 6th hostages. What's this?
And tomorrow, everybody in this very large arena will be very happy with my decision on the J6 hostages. Very happy. I think you'll be very, very happy. I would say about 99.9% in this beautiful arena.
Amazing. Taking care of business already. It sounds like he's already been working, right? You know how some people want, you hire somebody, they ain't going to work until they start. The day they start work. They ain't going to do nothing. You ain't paying me. You think I'm going to work overtime and I ain't getting paid? It sounds like the Great White Hope has already been on the job. Here's where he discusses the formation of a joint venture between U.S. and TikTok.
And as of today, TikTok is back. And frankly, we have no choice. We have to save it. A lot of jobs. We don't want to give our business to China. We don't want to give our business to other people. And I said, you know, TikTok without my approval, meaning the president's approval, because Congress gave the president the right to make a deal, do whatever he wants. And they did that a long time ago when they had a different president. They didn't know that I was going to be the president, I guess. So I said, very simply, a joint venture. So if TikTok is worth nothing, zero, without an approval, you know, if you don't approve, they're out of business, they're worth nothing. If you do approve, they're worth like $1 trillion. They're worth some crazy number. So I said, I'll approve, but let the United States of America own 50% of TikTok. I'm approving on behalf of the United States.
Amazing. Making America great again. And here's the ending of Trump's speech.
Nation under God, we will never give in. We will never give up. We will never back down, and we will never, ever, ever, ever surrender. We will fight, 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 and we will win, win, win. And together, we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What a great victory for everybody. Thank you, America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Amazing. Who don't want that? Tell me, who doesn't want all that for this country? Oh, what's wrong with you? Trump says, fight, fight, fight. And I say, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. And on the third day, Christ rose. What the? Amazing speech. Well, I wish you well, Mr. President. I wish you well. Fight, fight, fight. A little later, I'm going to show you some females. They were protesting. Trump going to be your president whether you like it or not, and you're going to love it. Those females who were protesting. You're going to love it. He stand, he ain't going nowhere, and you're going to love him. You going to love him. Amazing, huh? So I'm going to play that a little later. And there was supposed to be some type of agreement over there in Israel. Oh, I love Israel. Israel, between Hamas and Israel. And so over the weekend, it's being reported that 3 females were released from Hamas back to Israel. And reportedly, there's supposed to be hundreds of Hamas men being released from prisons there in Israel back to Hamas. And I have that story coming up for you, but I'm black and slow, so I may be like really slow because I don't know how that is a deal. How is that a deal? Israel agreed to get 3 females back and give back hundreds of fighting men for Hamas. Fighting men for Hamas. Give them back to Hamas while they only get 3 females. How is that a deal? They didn't even get 3 men back. They got 3 females back. I don't know, but I had a story coming up, and I need your help. Somebody from Israel, someone need to tell me, how is that a deal? 3 female, Hamas said, okay, I'm going to give you these little 3 females, but we want hundreds of men back from your prison. Fighting men, too, because as soon as you let them out, according to the report, they're going back over there. They're going to fight Israel again. But they got 3 females back from Hamas. Is that a deal? It's like a friend asking me, let me ride your bicycle and you ride mine and mine is broken. How is that a deal? I'm just saying, I do want to know though. Maybe it's just something else I don't understand about it. But that doesn't sound like a deal for me. It's like, okay, you give me $5, and I'll give you $3, and we got a deal. I'm just, do you understand that, Nick? Maybe the anchor may understand it. How's that a deal?
I ain't no art of the deal like Trump, but that doesn't seem, it's the first phase. I know a little bit, but this first phase, if they agreed to that, it makes, I have the same reaction as you.
Do you really?
A little bit, but I'm no, because the way it goes is there's multiple phases to this, and they're going to release 33. But in this first phase, they released 3, the 3 that you're talking about from the Hamas side, and they're giving them 90.
That ain't no deal.
But it's going to end with 33 hostages being released.
It's like white people giving up the country to the blacks, and they say, okay, you let me just participate. But how's that a deal, though? Let's say so Hamas is supposed to get Israel 33 people?
Correct.
And it's been reported that Israel giving back 100 and some men.
90.
From
these 3.
93 and 33 is still not a deal.
It was hard to get through their own. I heard it was hard to even get through their own the Israel cabinet. And when I read things from the Times of Israel, it says stuff like how many Arabs in Israel agree or disagree with a certain bill. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're all mixed there, and they have liberals there too.
In the government?
Correct. So it was difficult to get this whole deal passed.
But they only had 3. I'm like, oh, y'all can keep those. 3 female.
They can't even fight.
They can't fight. They can't do nothing.
They're gonna get taken back.
And then
they're gonna become hostages again because we don't have any soldiers.
Maybe I'm missing something. I'm not knowing right now if they're wrong or right. I might be missing something.
I really do believe it's this. Oh, my apologies.
What?
I spoke over you.
What
thought you were
say?
done. I was just saying that I really do think it's this difficult political situation
that
BB has to navigate over there. It's crazy how politics goes.
I don't know much about history, and I don't know much about algebra, but I do know 3 and 90 ain't no deal. And then the 3 female plus 90 males, that ain't no deal. When I come back, maybe somebody out there who is smarter than me, because I am black and slow, you can explain that to me. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. When I come back, your phone calls and super chats. 888-7753-773. Back in a moment.
Talk about the illusion of racism and how it's just a a divisive tool that the media uses, and it's just good and evil.
Yes.
And that's what we got to focus on. It really has changed my life. My perspective is totally different now. I'm more calm, I'm more peaceful. You know, when you talk about forgiving your mother and letting go of that hate, and it just transforms you. So I just want to thank you for that and let you know that, you really are doing God's work by waking people up with this message.
Amazing, Aaron. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sure. I can hear the angels in heaven singing right now. They're rejoicing. That's amazing. Stay with the silent prayer. Speak up, don't resent, and doubt every thought. And Aaron, you have not seen anything. Anything. Okay, welcome back. 888-7753-773. I'm wondering, and I've been saying it for a while now, have you educated yourself on Goldco yet? If not, what are you waiting for? Go get your Gold informational kit from Goldco. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Don't walk, run. It is your job to be aware of your options. So check them out. Check them out. And I've told you this before. For maybe we have new listeners. Goldco and my sponsor, Goldco and I have a special deal for my listeners. Qualified accounts receive 10% instant match in bonus silver. 10% instant match in bonus silver. It doesn't get any better than that. So I recommend you learn more. Visit Jesse Loves Gold. Jesse Loves Gold.com. JesseLovesGold.com or call 855-644-GOLD. 855-644-GOLD. Tell them Jesse sent you. The Hake Report is coming up at 9 a.m. this morning. TheHakeReport.com from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then at 11 a.m., Joel Friday TV. He's black. Joel Friday TV at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And at 12 noon, The American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby. Energy everywhere. And from busy day today, 2 p.m. At 2 p.m., a brand new episode on Punchie.tv. Punchie TV. Watch this.
We have a special guest, Jake Julius here. But what would you say your view on Trump is in general? What do you think about Trump?
I would describe Donald Trump first and foremost as a capitalist.
Okay. How far down is Christian?
Pretty far down, man.
Do you think that women should be in politics at all?
I don't think that women should vote or anything.
I'm thinking about the word husband and the word wife. There's a thing called animal husbandry, breaking the horse's spirit. Similarly, you're doing that for a wife.
Heterosexuality and homosexuality, to me, are both perversions.
If you want to make babies with a woman, then you have to be attracted to the woman.
Sex itself is not of God. It's a falling away from God.
Amazing. Punchie TV today at 2 p.m. Pacific time. You don't want to miss it. All right. 888-7753-773. Let me go to first-time caller out of Ohio, Angela.
Hello.
Angela, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Just real quick, I wanted to ask. I know today's about politics, but I want to know, where do you get your information from? You know how people network and get information from books and all that stuff? Where do you get it from, and how do you know that all of this is real? Do you understand my question?
You mean about Trump and stuff?
Just life in general, God and the spirit, everything in life. How do you know what's real? How do you discern from what's real and what's not?
By living
what makes you so strong?
By living from within. The kingdom of heaven is within, and the truth is written upon your heart. You already know the truth. You just forgot it when you were traumatized by your mama.
Huh.
But you already know the truth.
Okay, that was real quick. Today's about politics. Hey, make America great again.
Today is not about. No, it's not about politics. Whatever you want to talk about, but have you started to look within for the truth?
You made me, sir. You have my mind blown. My jaw drops every day when I look at your programming. You're making me change my mind, sir.
Right on. And I know what you mean when you say you're doing it, but it's really the Spirit of the Father doing it for you. And the way you know that what I'm saying is true is that the Spirit of the Father is revealing to you it is true. So you stay with it, and stay with it. Keep your eyes on you, and you're going to be amazing what you're going to see.
You're amazing. You're amazing. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day. That was all.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right. The truth is in you, folks. It's inside of you, men and women. And if you want it, if you welcome it, it will come down and it will make a home in you. Really. But it's not going to come down to you until you invite it. It's not going to invade. It's not going to impose. It's not going to force. It's not going to do anything until you invite it in. Really. The one thing about God, unlike Satan, God is not going to impose on you. Not at all. You can cry. You can beg. You can plead. You can pray. You can read the word. You can go to church. But he's not going to impose on you. You got to invite him in. The truth does not go where it's not invited. Isn't that amazing? But the moment you invite it, he will come in and he will take over. And you can't fool it. You can't pretend come on in. You can't play. He knows when you're playing. Laura is a first-time caller out of Los Angeles. Laura, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse. How are you?
All is well. How are you?
I'm good. Just waking up.
No woman is good. All is well.
Okay. So I've been watching your show for about a year now.
Did you say you're just waking up?
Yeah.
Babe. Go ahead.
I've been watching your show for about a year now, and I really like what you have to say. And I'm just curious about a few things about how to address things that I'm struggling with.
Okay.
So I'm having a lot of emotional issues dealing with how I guess I see things. I don't know how to explain this. I get very jealous, and I don't know how to curb my jealousy.
Are you making breakfast or something?
No, I'm making a cup of coffee, so I'm awake for you.
Oh, okay. Well, the noise is distracting.
Okay, I'll stop that.
Okay,
Sorry.
no problem. Go ahead. So what about your jealousy?
So I'm having a lot of trouble curbing my jealousy, and I just was wondering, how can I change that?
And what are you jealous about?
Well, my boyfriend he works in the bar industry, and it makes me uncomfortable with all the women that are around, and I start to doubt myself and
I see.
Feel like there's a lot of temptation in that, and I don't know really how to, snap myself out of it when I'm feeling like I'm not enough.
And do you believe that your boyfriend would cheat on you or something?
I don't believe that, but part of me feels that.
That he will?
Yeah.
Oh. And who is jealous?
Me.
And who are you?
I don't know.
But how do you know you are jealous then?
Because a feeling comes inside of me and it kind of takes over, I suppose.
And are you your feelings?
No.
And so why you call that you?
I guess that would be evil.
And why do you call evil you?
You're right, it's not me.
No, that was a question.
I don't know. I guess it's the voice inside of yourself that I know that you say all thoughts are lies, and I shouldn't be, listening to that. So sometimes I'm letting my thoughts overtake everything. So that's why I would say it's me.
Can you see that you're not your thoughts?
Yes.
So why you believe in them?
I guess because in my life I've just depended on myself to, come up with conclusions after what I've seen.
And what self have you depended on?
Can you elaborate on that?
You said I have depended on myself to come up with conclusions. What self? Who have you depended on?
I guess my hurt self.
Are you your hurt self?
Sometimes.
You're never your hurt self. You feel the pain in your body that comes from thoughts, but you're not your thoughts, and you're not your pain, and you're not your body. If you want to, and I promise you this, I'm not just saying it to be whatever, right?
Yeah.
If you want to get over this idea of being jealous, stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about your boyfriend at work or the women around his job. If you stop thinking about it, it will disappear immediately because they're just thoughts, and you're believing thoughts, and you're getting the feeling of jealousy, and none of it is real. It's all not real at all. If you stop thinking about it and let those thoughts pass, and don't ever call them you again, you would never have fear of anything, not only jealousy, but you would never have fear of anyone or anything.
Okay.
It's just thought. All you're doing, you sit around and the thought tell you, oh, look at that pretty woman. Oh, look at that woman. Oh, he's going to be interested in that. You're not good enough. And then you try so hard to be good enough, and it's never be enough because you listen to evil. You're worshiping evil. You're not your thoughts. It's not real. And if you work on you, Lori, and don't even think about your boyfriend, what he may or may not be doing, if you do find out that he's messing around with another woman, you'll be like, oh, okay, see you later.
That's a good point.
It won't bother you at all because you are one with yourself. You are whole. Right now, you're not a whole person.
Yeah. How do you control yourself when you start to see yourself going in that direction? Like, let's say I notice that my brain is starting to overtake and I'm beginning to go in that direction. How can I stop myself?
Simply by noticing it and doing nothing about it. Let it happen inside of you. Let yourself think it, feel it, and do nothing about it. And because of ourselves, we can do nothing. Of ourselves, we know nothing. So let it happen. Watch it happen. And the fact you can see that those thoughts are telling you that about your boyfriend and the other women around, and you have believed the thought, now you feel the spirit of jealousy, the fact that you are aware of it, it will be taken away from you. It's the awareness that will bring the change. But do not call it you. Don't try to run away from it. You live with it, you feel it, you stay with it, and then it will die. Because it's just our ego. It's not your nature. It's not you at all. And God said in order to live, you must die. He will destroy that dark spirit or those dark spirits inside of you. You can't do anything about it. You just need to be aware of it.
Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to turn back to God. I was raised Christian and I turned away from my faith for, probably 20 years. And then in the last, I would say 2 years, I've been trying to get back to God. And a lot of me feels like because I turned my back, God might turn his back on me. So I feel like I'm trying to cry out to God and pray to God to, fix these, parts of myself or get rid of anything that could be, spiritually attacking me. And so I'm having a hard time reconnecting with God and letting God back in and just trusting that God has me.
Well,
so I think that,
you've never turned your back on God. You've never been connected to God. The last time you were connected to God, when you were a little baby before your mama traumatized you, and but you've never turned your back on Him. Your back was turned when you were a kid, and God would never, ever, 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 but never, no such thing as God turning His back on you, because God knows that it's not you that doing the things that you have done or thinking the way that you're thinking. So even when you were a little old Christian years ago, it was fake. But you have never turned your back on God, and He's never turned. You were forced to turn away from Him by your mother when she turned you away from your father, your earthly father. And the problem now is you're yearning for the Father to return to the Father. And the way you return to the Father is by forgiving your mother for turning you away from the Father. Because when she turned you away from your earthly father, she turned you away from God. And so you're just lost out in the wilderness right now. And that longing for your boyfriend and all this kind of mess, looking for love, is really looking for the love of a father.
Yeah.
Have you gone and forgiven your mother?
No, I'm afraid to do it, to be honest. I've been really thinking about it a lot and wanting to do it, but because of my relationship with my family, it's something that's really has a lot of fear inside of me to call both of them up and talk to them about it, because I think that my mom's not going to understand it. So maybe if you could give me some advice on how to have an opening conversation about that so that she doesn't freak out on me.
Why do you need her to understand it? You understand you need to forgive, right?
Yeah.
That's the understanding you need. You don't need her to understand it. at all. And however she acts is on her. That is her life, is her hell. Leave her in her hell, and you just work on you. Mom, I'm sorry. Mother, I'm sorry for resenting you. I realize now you couldn't help yourself because I have become like you. I can't help myself. I know now you can help yourself. I'm sorry for being mad at you. And if she yell, scream, or pretend not to understand it or understand it, that's fine. That's on her. God will forgive you when you apologize for judging her. You don't need anything from your mother or your father.
Okay. Yeah.
So whatever they say or do, you just watch them like you watching a movie, knowing that they don't want, however they act, is on them. They don't want to admit they're wrong, whatever. They have a right not to admit they're wrong. You have a right to admit you're wrong for judging. Because your mother has done to you what her mother did to her. And the fear that you are feeling, are you your fear? Are you the fear?
No, I'm not the fear.
So here's what I recommend with all things emotional and mental. You let that happen. Don't call it you, but do it anyway. Don't let the fear dictate your life. You're not the fear. The fear is not real. It has no power, no authority, but to deceive you, to keep you from living your life.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I see that.
shaking your boot and deal with your mother and father. Shaking your boot. You know you're shaking. They don't know you're shaking.
I am. Yeah.
But they know you're shaking. So shake, and you'll see that God is with you. You'll be fine.
Okay. I will do that.
Are you doing the silent prayer?
I do it sometimes. I need to do it more.
If you want life, you're going to have to practice being present. Instead of lost in your head, thinking about your boyfriend at work, how mean your mama is, or somebody else, or what other people think about you. Or you got to get away from thinking, and you can only do that by being present rather than thinking about the past or the future.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I do need to be more present. You're right.
And the more you practice being present, the freer you will become because you're going to see reality. Reality is in the present, not in the past or the future. Evil and deception is in the past or the future. Reality, the truth is in the now. It's right here, right now.
Right.
And so the next time the thought comes about your boyfriend, let's say you're at his job, I don't know where, but you're at his job, and those women be looking at him and rolling their eyes, and they want him. And say, oh, look, no, women want him. You watch that thought, let it pass. Don't act on it, don't call it you. And you'll see they will have to leave you.
You're right. I do notice when I've dealt with it like that, it tends to just go by.
Hold on 1 minute for me. Hold on, Laura. Let me take a quick break. Hate news, not the fake news. I'll be back in a moment. 2 more hours. I read or heard that some Republicans are starting to pull their advertisements from Google or whomever, right? Because so many conservatives are being shut down, discriminated against, shadow banned, and all that kind of stuff. So conservatives are starting to fight back. It is happening to us too. I'm just taking it one day at a time. But you can go to JLPtalk.com and find all the ways to support us. You can check out rebuildingdemand.com and support our nonprofit organization. You can call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. And don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share, and Sunny. And also, we have thefatherstate.tv. Ring the bell.
Crooked Joe Biden is trying to push that 53 almost year old fake equal rights amendment crap, sorry kids, as ratified. What? Did you ever hear about the Equal Rights Amendment? Get rid of that thing. And MLK Day disgracefully became a federal holiday back in 1983. Stuff from the 70s and 80s still affecting us today. Thanks a lot, Reagan. Shout out. And 3 Israeli female hostages for 90 Palestinian prisoners. They're supposed to release like 33 alive or dead hostages, Hamas will, to Israel over the next 6 weeks. Oh, they'll release a bunch of dead people. What a terrible thing. What a mess, right? And gusty winds and wildfire risks in SoCal today. This is the end of hour 1 of Female Monday, Inauguration Day, MLK Day. January 20th, AD at 2025. The lines are full, guys. JLP will be right back to your calls. Hang tight, callers, okay? But first, fake news on fake news. Commie Nonsense Network, CNN, says crooked Joe Biden announced what they call major an opinion that the Equal Rights Amendment, the ERA, is ratified. This thing has been around since like 10 years before I was even a twinkle in my mother's eye or father's eye, enshrining its protections into the Constitution. A last-minute move that some believe could pave the way for bolstering this euphemism that they call reproductive rights, meaning killing the babies in the womb, pretending that that's a right. It will, however, certainly draw swift legal challenges. So Crooked Joe, this amendment that was passed by Congress, passed on to the states, right, in 1972, supposedly enshrines equal rights for women. An amendment to the Constitution, as you may know, requires 3/4 of states, 38 actually, to ratify it. Virginia, back in 2020, became the 38th state supposedly to ratify this dumb bill. 2020, 72 to 2020. That is almost 50 years after it sat stagnant for decades. Biden's now issuing his dumb opinion that nobody asked for, nobody real anyway, that the amendment is ratified. It's the, what number amendment? 38th? I forget. 28th Amendment of the Constitution. What a mess. It's long past time to recognize the will of the American people in keeping with my oath and duty to the Constitution and country. Like he has any oath or duty to the Constitution or country. I affirm what I believe and what 3/4 of the states have ratified. The 28th Amendment is the law of the land, guaranteeing all Americans equal protections and protections under the law, regardless of their sex. That's what Crooked Joe said in a statement Friday. But it's not that simple. Ratification deadlines have lapsed, and 5 states already rescinded their approval, according to the Brennan Center for Justice at New York University. So the president can't say that it's ratified 50 years after the Congress tried to pass it, the crooked Congress of 1973. What a mess. Anyway, so don't fall for it. Meanwhile, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, just the second time since it became a federal holiday in 1983, Martin Luther King Jr. Day coincides with based Inauguration Day. The last time it happened was when Bill Clinton took office in 1997. The next time MLK Day, and that was his second term. The next time MLK Day and Inauguration Day are scheduled to fall on the same day will be 2053. What a mess. And what else? There was something else that I wanted to hit. Oh, yeah. According to AP, far-left AP and the far-left females at the Skim, Hamas is returning 3 Israeli female hostages, as you heard earlier this hour, as Israel is freeing 90 Palestinian prisoners after 15 months of the war in Gaza. What a mess. But, FYI, they're going to be releasing 33 prisoners, as I said, or hostages, alive or dead, over the next 6 weeks, according to this deal. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 2.
ain't the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. Happy Inauguration Day. Good morning. What a great day today. Every day is great for me, but especially great. It's like ice cream with strawberry pop, peanut butter cookies, or peanut or some type of peanuts all mixed up together, strawberry pop, all together. It's an amazing day. You can get involved by calling 888-77. Did I do the opening? Rebuilding the family. Huh? You said that. You're on the number. You're on the number. What? You're on the calling number. You can get involved by calling 888-7753. 773 888-77 Jesse. And my brand new biblical question: do you pay attention to what's happening to you or what's happening in you? Do you pay attention to what's happening to you or what's happening in you? If you're out and about and you're busy, you can still listen to the show. You can podcast all the shows, but you can be listening no matter what you're doing and where you are around the world by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 605-615-4131. That's 605-615-4131. And to donate, and we're going to get to your super chats. To donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It's Monday. It's President Donald Trump Inauguration Day. It is and will always be Female Monday. All my life, I had to fight.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Forever. 888-77 Jesse. I want to go back to Laura. I had to put her on hold. First time I called her from Los Angeles. And she want to understand how to overcome jealousy. Laura, thank you for holding.
Hi.
Any other question?
Yeah. When I find myself getting into a really emotional state sometimes, and it's like too much to handle. So I'm curious how you can overcome when you're in an extreme emotional state. How can I get control of myself in that moment?
Let it happen. Live with it. Let it happen. God is trying to save you from that. Those are evil spirits, because you can't have the emotions unless you have the thoughts. And so just realize I'm in a thought, and I believe the thought, and I'm feeling it. The emotions are bad. We had our fellowship yesterday. Every Sunday we have fellowship, and we had amazing fellowship. And I asked the congregation, if you had a fresh glass of water sitting in front of you, and another glass with of water with poison in it, which one would you choose?
The fresh water.
And why?
Because I know it's good for me and I'm not going to die.
Well, every time you reach for a thought, every time you believe a thought, you're choosing the poison glass. Thoughts are poison, and every time you reach for one, you're dying. Dead people reach for thoughts, and they stay dead and they die. So you got to stop reaching for the poison. Thoughts are poison. So stop believing them, stop calling them you, stop reaching for them. Human beings reach for one thought after another thought after another thought, and they don't see that the thoughts are setting them up. They're not improving at all. They're just making things worse. Stop reaching for the glass with the poison in it.
Okay. That's a great analogy. I like that.
Yeah, just remember, every time you believe a thought or you look for another thought, you're reaching for the poison. You're literally killing yourself. People who live in thoughts or by thoughts or believe thoughts are dead. They're walking dead. Their eyes are open, but they're dead. They're dead to life.
Yeah.
We have to live, if you want real life, you got to live a no-thinking life. You got to stop thinking.
It's so hard for me, you know. I mean, I you're absolutely right, but it's, you know, because I'm so used to listening to my thoughts and, you know, being told that, you know, you need to think about things and all of that, so that it's like when it comes to that, there's a part of my brain that's like, no, you're supposed to think. So I think that's a challenge, is breaking down what I've taught myself or been taught throughout my life.
Yeah.
You know?
You escaped into thoughts when you were traumatized by your mother. You used to be innocent. As a kid, as a little kid, you believed in the present. You believed in God. You were one with the Father. And you knew the truth without even thinking about it. But then when your mother traumatized you, you escaped into your imagination trying to survive, and you forgot about the truth, and you only know the lie.
Yeah, definitely. I see that.
So just doubt all thoughts, no matter what they are. And if you're caught up in them, and you will be for a while, and you feel the pain that comes from thought, don't do anything about it. Don't deny it. Don't run away from it. Just see it. Being aware of what's happening on the inside of you is overcoming. The Father he's trying to help you change your nature from evil to good.
Yeah.
So
I see that.
So do the silent prayer, stay present, forgive your mother and your father, and you'll be fine.
Okay, thank you for that. And by the way, I voted for the Great White Hope.
The Great White Hope. I have on my Donald Trump Inauguration shirt today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Amazing.
Yeah. So let's hope for the great change this year, and I'm going to take what you've said today and apply it to my life.
Let me know how it goes.
Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate you.
And are you aware of our Sunday morning fellowships?
Yeah, I've been a little bit nervous to come in person because I feel like I'm such a mess.
You still giving it to fear. That's not you. Don't do what the thoughts tell you to do. You come anyway.
Okay.
And then the women meeting on Thursday night are amazing. There's going to be a lot of women who are working on themselves.
Okay, I'm definitely going to come to that. That was my first plan of action, to come to the female night.
Yeah, and Sunday morning as well, right? You got to work on you now.
Okay, I will.
And don't let the devil talk you out of it, because evil would tell you why you should not go to the meetings. Or evil would tell you that you don't feel like it, or next time, or not today. It's never
right.
you. You're never the one that talks to yourself. It's always evil talking to you.
Yeah, you're right.
I wish you well.
Thank you. I wish you well too. Have a great week.
You too. Amazing. Bye now. Amazing. Israel, first time caller out of Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia, on my mind. Israel, welcome to the show.
Georgia, on my mind.
You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how's it going?
All is well.
You could say that again. God is so good.
And his mercy endures forever.
Forever. Amen. Ooh. Yeah, buddy. I got a testimony. Ooh. So these past 4 days, every day has been the best day of my life. And I already get a sense, you know why. I forgave my mom, and I can see now.
Yep. What did she say when you went to her and forgave her?
She said, "Oh, okay," but it's crazy because
how old are you?
I've been listening. I'm 33.
Okay, go ahead.
But what's crazy is 2 years ago, I let those words get at my thoughts, and I was afraid. I said, "Oh, she's just gonna be like, well, I don't know you nothing, and this and that." And it took me 2 years to let that question move my spirit. Why can't I forgive? Why? And soon as I figured I was already rich and saved by the blood of Jesus, that I felt so light. I felt like a balloon, and then I felt that sense of forgiveness come back, and I just said I had to do it. And it took me 1 minute. I was on it for 2 years, stuck for 2 years.
Amazing.
And it literally took me 1 minute to be unburdened.
Right on. And what did your father say when you went to him?
We talked for 2 hours last night, and it was the most beautiful thing ever. I mean, it was almost like he was crying tears of joy.
Yeah.
And I understand now.
Right on.
I understand.
And that's what you want to live by, Israel. You want to live by understanding. You don't want to live by belief. You don't want to live by all that other stuff. You want to live by understanding. Understanding comes from God.
Oh, yeah. And it's so refreshing because his fruits will feed your spirit, and your spirit will feed other spirits, just like your spirit fed my spirit.
Absolutely.
I'm feeding other people's spirit because I allowed it in.
Yes. Absolutely, man. What?
Right? I'll be saying that. I'm like, wait a minute. What? Doubt, fear, it's all a lie.
Yes.
You lied to me.
Every human being, whether they know it or not, every human being is yearning for a return to the Father. They're lost.
Oh, yeah.
They're lost out in the wilderness, and they don't realize that's what is wrong. They're yearning for the Father, and what they want from the Father, they're trying to get it from other human beings and things, people, places, and things, and you're never gonna get it. It doesn't work.
Nope.
You can get all everything in the world, and it's never gonna work.
Because it's not real.
Right.
None of it is real.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's like
it's an illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just say, I'm just gonna keep holding on to God's hand, because I just love to dance for him and just sing his praises, and it's just food for my spirit, and it's so freeing.
All you got to do now, practice staying present rather than lost in your head about anything. Don't be thinking about the past or the future or what you have or don't have. what you're going to wear or don't wear. You just practice staying present, and you haven't seen anything yet, man. It gets clearer and clearer and clearer. It's amazing, all right?
You're right. Amazing.
It's amazing. Thank you, Israel. I appreciate it.
God bless. I love you. Bye.
Thank you. You too, buddy. Amazing. It's for anyone who wants it. You are free. All of your sins have been forgiven. Isn't that amazing? Calvin out of Ohio. Calvin, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Yep, I am back. How you doing?
All is well.
All right. Before I really say anything, I always laugh every single time you always ask people, do they love white people? It's just the way you say it. It's just funny.
How's that?
Because like whenever like they don't to give you a yes or no, you start to say it in a certain way, like a kid. Like, do you love white people? Do you love white people? So I did that to my friends a couple months ago, and they never gave me a yes or no. So I kept saying it to annoy them until they said yes or no.
Did they finally answer?
Yeah.
What?
They always say, oh, I love everybody. And then I kept asking them until they say yes or no.
I know. Isn't it weird? If you ask them, do you love black people, they'll say yes right away. Do you love Mexicans? They'll say yes right away. But if you ask, do you love white people? I love everybody. Do you love white people? I love everybody. They won't answer that question because they don't love white people.
Yeah, I don't see me. They tried that on me, but yeah, I didn't give them a yes or no. So I stuck with my answers.
Who tried that on you?
My friends tried that on me.
And they asked you if you love white people?
Yep.
And what did you say?
I said, I tolerate white people.
But you never answered if you love white people or not?
No. Then they said, do you love black people? I said, I tolerate black people too.
And do you love white people?
I tolerate white people.
Do you love them?
Some that's cool, it's some that's cool, and then there's some that get on my nerves.
But do you love them?
I'm not changing my answer. I told them exactly the same thing. I'm not changing my answer. It's some black people that I'm cool with, some black people that get on my nerves.
But do you realize you're not answering the question of if you love them or not?
Of course.
You do realize that?
Of course. That's the fun part about it. That's the beauty part about it.
Oh, so you have fun by not answering it?
Of course. I give them my answer. I give them the true answer.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But enough about that. I got to put you on the hot seat. Okay. I got to put you on the hot seat.
Okay.
All right. I've been wanting to ask you this for the longest. Why do you criminalize black people but victimize white people?
What's that?
Why do you criminalize black people but victimize white people?
What do you mean?
All right. So, like I told you before, I watch a lot of your videos, so older videos mostly. So it's like when things occur with black people or kids, or like when black people die, get killed by police, you automatically label them as thugs or evil, and you say that it's their fault. But then when things happen with white people or school shootings happen, you always say that this person is accused of or they allegedly shot up the school. But when it happens to a black person, you automatically label them a thug or it's their fault or they're evil. Just like you criminalize Black Lives Matter, but every single video I've watched of yours, you never criminalize the white people that rioted on January 6th.
I don't right now. I can't think of an example right now, except for I know that it's a little hard for me to respond because you're not clear as to an example of me doing that. But I can tell you that I know that I can
clear it up for you.
I know. Let me just say this. I know that when black people or when things happen between the police and the blacks, it's because the blacks are overreacting. They're like cursing. They won't get out of the car, or they won't put their hands on the steering wheel, when the cops ask them to, or they don't, or they have some type of weapon or drugs, and so they are bringing it upon themselves by not following the order of the cops. That's for sure. And then, so that is a thug mentality. That's how thugs act. Because if you were not a thug, if the cops stop you and they say, hey, let the window down, do you have ID? You just give it to them. You just do what they say and go on your way. But then with the school shooting, that is coming from kids being angry at their parents, and they are insecure out there in the schools or wherever they are. And they are doing that because their hearts are evil because they resent their parents.
Okay. I'll clear it up for you.
Okay.
The main thing that covers it all. Whenever
one thing I do, don't forget, the blacks who are acting out with the cops are doing it too because their hearts are evil. They are angry. They resent their mothers as well. And so that's why they're doing it, but they've been doubly told that it's not them. It's racism. The cops are the bad ones by their so-called leaders, and their leaders have set them up to bring these problems upon themselves. And when it happens, the leaders get money, and because they want to sue the cop, they want to get money and power for themselves. So you got all that going on too. Go ahead.
All right. So to clear it all, every time you brought up the Black Lives Matter protests, you criminalized them. You called them radical. You called them thugs. You said they was evil. You said they did all this and that, but you never once criminalized the protesters on January 6th. You never called them thugs. You never called them criminals.
Oh,
okay. You never said anything wrong about it because, just like I'm not going to take sides with Black Lives Matter protests. They did their destroying and all of that. But the people on January 6th, they broke windows, they sprayed police, they threw rocks and bottles at police, they yelled at the police, they pushed and shoved police, they chanted "Hang Mike Pence," they stormed the Capitol, but you never once criminalized them. You never called them thugs. You never said they was wrong.
Well, because of time, the reason is that with Black Lives Matter, they were very radical and destructive. They went around the country tearing down statues and monuments and flags, and people were killed as a result. They were burning businesses. It was all for personal gain while pretending that it was about racism, it was about police brutality, which was not true. With the January 6th folks, they were angry, and because they were angry at what had happened to Donald Trump, they were set up. Their anger, it's been reported too, that they were set up by, I guess, FBI or somebody. And those people convinced them to go into the Capitol and do what they did. They didn't go around destroying America. That happened to the Capitol, which wasn't right. But they were angry, they were blind. And I had said to them, calm down, don't be angry, because you could be set up. And apparently that's exactly what happened.
I mean, I get that you said all. You said that because I know you said it because I actually watched your 24-minute video about it.
Right.
I know exactly. You said you told them calm down and all that.
Was I wrong?
To tell them to calm down and all that.
Right. Don't be angry because you can be set up. You don't see your enemy.
Wrong about it, but you didn't instantly. You didn't instantly say, "Oh, these were thugs." These like you did Black Lives Matter.
Because they were not thugs.
Say they were thugs, and
they did not. They were not thugs because they didn't go around burning down people's businesses. They didn't go around killing people, fires, tearing down statues. It was a different story, and they had no logical reason for doing what they did to people's businesses.
But how was that a different story? They broke windows. They beat cops. They threw rocks and bottles at cops. They chanted, "Hey, you like to always bring up that Black Lives Matter always chanted, "What do you want, dead cops?" But they chanted, "Hang Mike Pence." You don't think that's wrong?
Yeah, that's wrong to chant hanging Mike. Mike is weak, but you don't want to hang him. What the?
And you don't think Trump incited that?
Trump?
Yeah.
Not at all. That was a setup. They had planted the CIA or somebody, according to the report. I forgot who now. But they had planted people amongst the crowd, and they was telling them, let's go into the building. Let's do this and let's do that. And the people, because they were angry, they went for it. And that's what happened when you're angry and you become join the mob. You're going to always go down the wrong road. So you can't, are you able to compare the two as being the same?
I'm not going to compare them as being the same. What I'm trying to say is that they're both wrong.
Right.
Both incidents were wrong.
Yes.
But the beginning question it came to the beginning question when the situation happened with Black Lives Matter. You automatically at an instant criminalize.
Which were worse? Which were worse? To tear down the building that we own. We own the Capitol, right? Not that either one was right, but which was worse? To tear down the building that we own, or to tear down other people's building that we don't own?
That kind of question is a little bit difficult because you can't try to say which evil is greater. You kind of can't really.
Which is worse, to tear down the building you own, or tear down and destroy the building you don't own?
Which is more evil?
Which is worse?
For me, probably tearing down a building that you don't own.
Right. So Black Lives Matter, and there are people tore down buildings, burned buildings that they did not own. The people in January 6th destroyed a building that they do own.
Yeah, but when you do that, that's gonna have a
it's still not right.
Like a last longer impact.
What?
Like, say Black Lives Matter protest, you're gonna have like hundreds popping up across the U.S., but say 10, 20 years from now, everybody in America is going to remember what happened on January 6th.
Only because the liberal media keep reminding them, whereas they do not remind you of what Black Lives Matter did, and Black Lives Matter situation was worse. There's no comparison to what happened in January.
All right.
And then they criminalize themselves by doing criminal acts. When you agree to that?
I guess.
I didn't criminalize them. They criminalized themselves by what they did themselves.
But you never pointed it. You never pointed it out when it came to January 6th. You never just said, "Oh, these people were thugs." But even if they had sleeper cells in the crowd, you still just didn't automatically, okay, these are thugs.
Well, I did say it was wrong.
They did.
But anyway, because of time?
Right. I was just about to say that. So because of time, can I do a little experiment real quick?
A little what?
Can I do a little quick experiment real quick?
What's that?
All right. So in the past, you quoted about, you said about how you didn't like Mr. Farrakhan always saying blue-eyed white devil.
Hold on. Can you hold for me?
Yep.
Yeah, hold on. 888-7753-773. A quick break. Back in a moment. Steve, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. How have you been helped by the show?
I'm going to tell you this. I believe you might go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, black man that ever lived on planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know anybody before you that's been that great. You know, freeing the slaves is one thing, but you've been freeing people of their mind, which matters, it should be anyhow, to you more than anything else, because with the mind not being right, there ain't nothing else going to happen right anyway.
If you can doubt every thought because you're not your thoughts, if you can doubt every thought, knowing that you're not your thoughts, you don't create them, they're not from God, that they're from the deceiver, the great deceiver, Satan. If you can doubt every thought, you can be free just like that. At an instant. Bring every thought into captivity. It's so amazing. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Check out yesterday's fellowship, rebuildingtheman.com/church. Yesterday's fellowship, as always, was amazing, helpful, insightful, a blessing. There's no meetings like the ones we have. I just have to say it. Not bragging, has nothing to do with me, but they are amazing. rebuildingtheman.com/fellowship. Church. That fellowship. And for a personal shout out. Shout outs. I have on my Trump inauguration shirt today. Amazing, huh? Shout out to Donald Trump. For personal shout outs. I do personal shout outs. Go to Cameo. CAMEO.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. CAMEO.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. And we have the best counseling service on this side of heaven. You probably won't need but one, but some people want two, and some people want follow-up. But if you really want to be free, it doesn't take all day. By phone, Skype, or walk-in, go to rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com, or call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. And be patient, because I'm really booked up for counseling. I counsel with people around the world, men and women and families, individuals, everything. So be patient. If he tell you, oh, we can't do it right now, be patient. We'll get you in there. And if anyone cancel, we'll let you know. Omi, bring me that coffee. Bring me that coffee bag. All right, so for a personal shout out, go to, sit over there and tell me about it. Go to rebuildingtheman.com/
You said personal shout outs.
Huh?
You were talking about counseling and you went back to personal shout outs.
Oh, for counseling. I got a lot going on to see and then got the president up there about to be inaugurated and everything. And what do you expect me to do? What the? But personal shout out, for counseling, go to rebuildingtheman.com to make an appointment or call 800-411-BOND and be patient. So I want to introduce to some and remind others, we now have Punchie's Coffee. Punchie's Coffee. Tell us about it.
That's right. We've been working on a coffee line, working with importers and roasters, and we have an amazing partner that is bringing us specialty grade coffee, roasted to order, tasted, 10 different blends and and single origin roasts. And
how is it?
And this one's amazing. This one's
delicious.
our favorite. It's
Yeah.
our signature blend. It's a darker medium roast. So if you like coffee that
Hold
has
it
a
straight
real
in
punch,
front of the camera here. Okay.
there we go. If you like coffee that has a real punch, this is the one for you. And
Hold it in front of the camera, man. There you go. Okay.
And all proceeds go to Bond, of course.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to support Bond and all the efforts that we do.
Punchie's Coffee. Punchie. Punchie's Coffee.
There you go.
And how can the people get it?
And it's delicious.
How can they get it?
So they can get it right now at our store. You can go to rebuildingtheman.com/stores or directly to our store at rebuildingtheman.shop.
Amazing.
And every bag is roasted to order, so it's the freshest coffee you'll ever buy.
I smell it now. Good.
Yeah, I can smell it in here.
Yeah, it fills up the room.
Nice. I never imagined one day I had my own coffee. What the?
Full circle.
Punchie got his own coffee. Who would have thought? All the way from the plantation of Alabama. Sweet home, Alabama. So go, how can they get it?
rebuildingtheman.com/stores. And just follow those links, and you'll get right there. It's at the top of our store.
Right on. Thank you. Amazing. So check out the coffee. It's cold out there. That coffee would be good. All right. Thank you, Ami.
All right.
Amazing. Let me go quickly back to Kevin out of Ohio. So, Kevin, you wanted to give me an example of Louis Farrakhan and something.
Yeah, I know that you used to always not approve of him saying blue-eyed white devil. I just wanted to ask two quick questions about that.
Okay.
All right. So, one, do some people have white eyes? Not white, blue eyes?
Yes.
Great. I'm not going to ask about the white part because that's kind of given. So, third is the main one. Now, when he added the devil part.
Second. This is the second part, not the third. You asked about the
No,
blue
I
eye?
said I wasn't going to ask this. I wasn't going to ask the second question about white because
okay.
that was kind of given.
I got you.
So when he added the devil part, when white lynch mobs used to hang black men and women, and sometimes they would set the bodies on fire, that last image of those men and women would see, would that not be considered as seeing devils?
Would that be evil to do that?
Would that not be considered as seeing devils, that last image that those people being hanged would see?
I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't know. But Louis Farrakhan said that black people were the first on the earth, and that at some point that some black people turned evil, and they went into a laboratory and they invented the blue-eyed devil, and that's how white people came about. Do you believe that?
It sounds weird, but far as black people being the first, I mean the oldest skeleton that archaeologists have found was in Africa. I'm not giving a yes or no, but the oldest skeleton that archaeologists found was in Africa.
And do you believe that some black people turned evil and went into a laboratory and created the white blue-eyed devil?
No, that's just different people being on different sides of the world.
But that's what Louis Farrakhan said.
I mean, a lot of preachers exaggerate sometimes.
So you believe that Louis Farrakhan was exaggerating?
Probably. A lot of preachers exaggerate with certain things.
Do you believe he was exaggerating?
At that time, yeah.
When he said that?
At that time, most likely. I probably wasn't even born at the time. I don't know when he said it, though.
How old are you?
Born. I'm 32.
Oh. Do you believe that Louis Farrakhan went up into a spaceship and had a conversation with Elijah Muhammad?
Oh, man, you asked me questions way before my time.
Oh, you don't know about that?
I mean, I heard you say it, but...
Are you Muslim?
No.
Oh, okay. Amazing. Kevin, amazing call. Thank you for it, man.
All right, no problem.
Call me again.
Of course.
And one quick question.
Yeah.
Do you love white people?
I tolerate white people.
Thank you, man.
All right.
888-7753-773. Super chat. Super.
Super chats.
Over on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, Tony says there is no one more inferior than someone who seeks equality.
That's a good point.
Nice.
What? A very good point. Thank you.
And he credits somebody, I think it might be a credit. And he says, Female Moon Day. Men and women are not equal, ladies. Good morning.
That's right. What? Amazing.
Lin Yan Chin says, ask Jesse.
Ask!
If the summary of his message is, intellect without sense is chaos. Sense without inner stillness is mama drama. For mama looks but never sees. Mama listens but never hears anything but mess. Forgive her, she knows not her madness.
Ask me that.
Yeah. Is that,
what's the question?
Does that summarize what you would say? Your message.
Break it down for me.
Break it down?
I mean, what is he asking?
Or is this, if he could summarize your message in his words.
Okay.
Does it sound right? Intellect without sense is chaos.
Intellect without sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Sense without inner stillness is mama drama.
Okay.
Because mama looks but never sees. She doesn't have ears to hear. Forgive her, she knows not her madness.
I like it. Not quite understand it, but I like it. You understand it? The question?
I don't know what sense
right.
without inner stillness. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. That might describe Hake.
Who is this?
Lin Yan Chin.
Lin Chin, make it a little clear, because it sounds like you're onto something. And I don't want to say yay or nay to it. So even if you want to call, you can call me, but make it a little clear. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Someone bought a coffee, no message.
Thank you.
Tony says, people are living longer, yet they're sicker. Are we sicker because we're living longer? We take medicine because we get sick to help us live longer.
We need that Kennedy man.
Indeed. RFK Jr.
He's going to make food right again.
He's strong, by the way, I heard.
Yeah, I hear that.
Piotr Robel, 3 copies.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Jesse, and the team for the best fellowship on this side of heaven. Amazing.
Amazing. Thank you.
Jay Len, just know 3, donated on Cash App, no message.
Thank you.
Esik Meland, God bless you, Jesse. This is on IG during church yesterday. Thank you for the live church sessions.
You're welcome. I love that analogy of every time you drink, you believe a thought, reach for a thought, believe a thought, you're drinking poison. What do you think about that, Hake?
I like it too.
It should make you remember not to reach for thoughts if nothing else, huh?
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Tony says, oh no, I already read that one. Isaiah, the Uber driver, a very generous 15 coffees.
Thank you.
Sunday Fellowship was so awesome.
It was amazing. If you missed it for whatever reason, you might have been watching Inauguration or whatever, you can podcast, go to rebuildingtheman.com/church. Rebuildingtheman.com/church. Amazing.
Danny bought a coffee. All right, Jesse and the lads. Some of the supermarkets here in England are crafty buggers. They make you put a pound coin in the trolley so you take it back to get your pound back. Do you know what he's talking about?
No. About the shopping cart?
Right.
They make you do what?
They make you put a coin in to to release so you can get a shopping cart in the first place. And then to get your coin back, you have to return it.
Wow. Talk about control.
Indeed.
What? No. They do that at the airports.
I think they do it in Russia, too.
I don't think you can get your money back once you put it in, you pull it. Have you ever seen that?
All the communist places.
Yeah. They do that in Russia?
That's what I think. I thought I saw a glimpse of Tucker going to Russia and saying, look, you have to put a coin in, and then you have to return it.
Talk about control. What the? Amazing. Thank you.
Donnie Girl's idea with a Rumble rant. I'm off today and can finally listen live. I'm moving to a new apartment, packing while listening. Love the beer, Jesse. It's biblical.
Right on. That's right. Just like Joseph. Thank you. I appreciate it. And good luck on that packing. Moving is not fun, at least for me. Thank you.
Pastor Shadowley with a Rumble rant.
Thank you.
Drill, baby, drill. Like the Mohap. Big Mama does with them ribs in Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
And he uses the male form of Michelle. What?
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Shadowley.
Yeah.
Someone bought 3 coffees, an old BQ, but starting to live by the Spirit. When you asked a couple weeks back, are you living by the mind or by your mind or by your spirit?
Right.
Only because actually starting to see there truly is a difference. Pray twice a day and once more for your mama.
Right on. Walk in the Spirit. Walk in the Spirit. And when you do it, stay present. You got to stay present. Stay present. Amazing. Thank you.
Adam bought 3 coffees. It's a matter of policy. Israel believes Palestinian life is worthless. If hostages are exchanged 1-to-1, it defies this policy. So Israel, in all hostage exchanges, releases at least 10 Palestinians per Israeli. And the quote-unquote fighting men you mentioned are mostly under 10 years old, says Adam.
So I have that soundbite coming up here in a minute. Israel is, according to report, releasing 90 to 100 fighting men back to Hamas. And you know, they got 3 females. Not even 3 males. 3 females. And they calling that a success. I don't get it. What am I missing? And I love Israel. I don't get that. The dream team, my dream team, Trump, Netanyahu, and Putin. What am I missing, Hake? 3 female for 90-something to 100 males?
Well, I think over the next 6 weeks, they're supposed to release 33 alive or dead hostages.
But why didn't they at least say, okay, we would take some males, not female. We'll give you some males. You give us some males back. We need fighters.
Well, they're a woman-oriented culture, so they favor the females maybe.
What?
They might favor
Ain't that
females.
much woman-oriented culture in the world? What the?
Bibi is not the only one who's involved in this deal.
But that ain't no deal. That is not the art of the deal.
Right.
Art of the deal.
Trump
I'm missing something, but I don't understand it. It's like, I don't understand it. I don't see the deal. Okay. I'm black and slow.
Chris bought a coffee saying, Jesse, you have to cut Benjamin Netanyahu from the Dream Team. That deal was super duper beta. 3 women back for all those terrorists. Women were out partying, not even wife material.
I don't want to do it. I want to do it maybe, but I won't. I don't understand why being a part of the Dream Team would Netanyahu go along with that. And so I don't even know if he went along with it, to be honest.
True.
Because I don't know what happened. And I need somebody to tell me what's happening. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Amazing. Thank you.
Forgive Yo Mama bought a coffee with musical note emoji. This is the day This is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it.
This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day, this is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made. Thank you.
That's why I love Jesus, y'all.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you. Forgive yo mama. 1776 Christian says, just finished The Antidote, the book, and now The Great White Hope this year is going to be dope.
Oh, amazing. Check out my book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. An amazing book. Go to rebuildingtheman.com/store or call 800-411-BOND. 800-411-BOND. I'll be happy to sign them. Hold that for me.
Okay, we'll read the rest later.
Thank you all. I do appreciate it. I want to get some calls in here. Jaime out of Maine, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Jesse. Hey, Jaime. How you?
Hey, doing good. It's freezing over here. -37.
Ooh.
You got to do the inauguration inside, man. It's too cold.
Black people don't like it cold. I noticed that. Now, I'm sure there are some black people there, I guess, but they were showing this picture of the people that waited outside all night long. I didn't see one black person. I was like, what the? It was so cold over there in D.C.
Yeah. It looks like your little show is doing really good.
How's your little show? How's your little business? Amazing.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, I just want to say you're doing good work, and it's happy Martin Luther King Day, happy Inauguration Day. It's going to be starting in a little over an hour, I hear.
The Trump inauguration? Yeah, so according to this report from CBS News, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 8:30 a.m. Pacific Time. So, yeah, it should be soon.
All right. Well, keep up the good work. Great show. It's going to be a great 4 years. Everybody's going to be lifted up. The only ones that are going to be down are the ones who's going to be fighting.
That's right.
Amazing. You can't fight against this storm.
That's right, man. Keep warm, and I appreciate the encouragement.
Have a good one. Bye.
You too, buddy. Amazing. Summer from out of Utah. Summer, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse.
Hey, Summer.
How are you? Happy Martin Luther King Day and Inauguration Day.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I have so many questions for you, and I'm not sure which one to ask today. But I've been, preaching what you have to say to all of my friends, and it's well received by the women. But of course, like, men can't really be told things, without figuring it out for themselves from a woman, right? But my friend. One of my close friends, mama friends.
Can you hold for me?
Summer,
let me take a break. Don't hang up.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in a moment. 1 more hour to go. The hate news, not the fake news. And I'll be back in a moment. We have a counseling service. And I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they will become it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven.
Gusty winds in SoCal today, whipping up a little bit more wildfire risk, which is still happening. The wildfires are still a lot out of control. What a mess. And by the way, there's this Mel Gibson movie out on Friday, Flight Risk. Cool. It has that Topher guy who got sick. He got cancer in that one movie. And it also has Marky Mark, but he's balding. Terrible. This is the end of hour 2 already of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Monday, January 20th, AD 2024. 25, sorry. Autopilot. The lines are full, guys. JLP will be right back to your calls. Hang tight, callers. And you can call in if you're not on hold, you can call in every so often just to see if somebody dropped off, or as JLP wraps up with the caller, you can call in periodically for a chance to get on hold, to get on air with JLP. It is Hake News, not fake news. Commie Nonsense not Commie Nonsense Network. The Far Left Morning Brew reports, hours before taking off, as there's only the second U.S. president to serve non-consecutive terms, Donald J. Trump did something even harder. He became a meme coin billionaire. Anyway, on Friday night, Trump hosted the crypto ball. Although he wasn't there, I think, right? For blockchain bigwigs. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong and the Winklevoss twins, if you ever heard of them, hopefully that's not something dirty, were among the attendees. Wow. They got lobster rolls and McDonald's burgers over there. Hopefully no ketchup, no mustard, no mayo. No secret sauce. Anyway, Trump posted an announcement on Truth Social. My new official Trump meme is here. Trump memes is the meme coin. Uses the symbol $Trump with a capital T. And reached a market cap of $5.5 billion by Saturday afternoon. Sunday morning, $Trump was worth 10 times that. Axios' managing editor for business, Ben Berkowitz, wrote that it spoke to the nature of the crypto industry that someone could have more than $50 billion worth of something that literally did not exist 48 hours previously. Isn't that so cool? A disclaimer on the coin's website says Trump memes are not an investment opportunity, investment contract, or security of any type. Just an expression of support. Isn't that nice for the incoming president? Critics and some crypto industry members expressed dismay. Crypto VC venture capitalist Nick Tomeno said the timing of the release hours before the inauguration is predatory, and many will likely get hurt by it, he says. Mama. Adav Noti, executive director of the so-called nonprofit Campaign Legal Center, says it is literally cashing in on the presidency. The coin's website also says that companies behind it will benefit from trading revenue derived from trading activities. On Sunday night, Melania Trump, the First Lady, the incoming First Lady, launched a meme coin of her own, which quickly garnered a market cap of $5 billion. Trump memes fell over 35% on the news, both projects powered by Solana blockchain. Interesting, sort of, I guess. I don't get it. By the way, though, it is supposed to be windy out here. The far left AP news, off the deep end, liberal, just commies. Southern California is bracing for gusty winds and heightened wildfire risk as you guys get your Arctic blast of the cold. Southern California is bracing for gusty winds and a heightened risk of wildfires less than 2 weeks after the outbreak of the deadly blazes that have killed at least 27 people and charred thousands, I think they said, of homes, according to AP, if you believe them. The National Weather Service issued a warning of particularly dangerous situation for parts of LA and Ventura counties from Monday afternoon through Tuesday morning due to low humidity and damaging Santa Ana winds and incompetence not clearing the brush or anything. What a mess. I'm James Hake. Now back to the JLP Show. Hour 3.
Got to stand up strong, think the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the third hour of the show today. Happy Inauguration Day. Congratulations to the Great White Hope. I have on my Great White Hope shirt today. It's amazing. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. And my biblical question, do you pay attention to what's happening to you or what's happening to, do you pay attention to what's happened to you or what's happening in you? Do you pay attention to what's happening to you or what's happening in you? Amazing question. You can listen to the show on your iPhone or iPad anywhere in the world, no matter what you're doing and where you are, by calling the listen line on your iPhone or iPad at 605-615-4131. That's 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, and we are going to get back to your super chats, you can buy me on coffee.com/JLP Talk. Buy me on coffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It's Monday. It's the third hour of the show today. It is and will always be Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
I want to, before I go back to Summer, hold on. Folks, I'm black and I'm slow. And I don't understand this. I don't get what's fair about this deal. It just seems so unfair. I don't know why anyone would think, or maybe people don't think, and maybe they don't think, that this is a fair deal between Israel and Hamas. So allegedly they ceased fire for a minute there. And Fox News has reported Israel's ceasefire with Hamas took effect Sunday as Hamas exchanged 3 hostages for dozens of Palestinian prisoners. How is 3 female hostages free a deal with Israel giving away dozens of them? Watch this from Fox 13.
In tonight's international news, the ceasefire deal in the Gaza Strip is now in effect.
Israel has freed 90 Palestinian prisoners hours after three Israeli hostages were released from captivity from Hamas in Gaza. These are photos of those Israeli hostages reuniting with their mothers at a reception center in southern Israel. They were then flown to a hospital where they will receive medical treatment and see the rest of their families. A former captive who was held by Hamas for 54 days told Fox News this weekend the rest of the hostages probably don't even know about the agreement. The agreement states in exchange for the first 9 hostages, Israel will release 110 Palestinian prisoners with life sentences. The deal also makes it clear the Rafah crossing will be ready for the transfer of Palestinian people and those who are hurt following the release of all female hostages. Negotiations over the second phase will start 16 days later, with the third phase expected to mark the start of Gaza's reconstruction. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made it very clear if there are any problems, the Israeli army can go back to the Gaza Strip and rejoin the fight at any time.
That's not a deal. 90-something Palestinian men that's going to go right back into the battlefield and fight with Israel for 3 females. They're not even fighters. That's not a deal. I bet you Hamas going, nah. Nah, we made a fool of you. What the? How's that a deal? They didn't even give Israel 3 men. They gave them 3 females. Maybe I'm missing something. That's like giving up 90 smart, hardworking white people, white men, for 3 DEI people. I'm not getting it. Okay, we're going to get rid of 90 well-qualified, hard white working men, and you can take 3 DEI black females. Oh, you feel like you got a deal, huh? Where is the deal in that? And according to Fox 13, Gaza is now receiving humanitarian aid. Watch this from Fox 13.
Humanitarian help has arrived in Gaza as the ceasefire takes hold. About 200 aid and delivery trucks began arriving at the Egyptian border today. Drone video shows the trucks lined up at Egypt's Rafah crossing ahead of entry into Gaza. Dozens of health workers and Red Cross workers were there to try and help. The ceasefire deal requires 600 truckloads of humanitarian aid to be allowed into Gaza every day of the ceasefire.
Amazing. So not only are we just going to give you 3 female back, and you give us 90 men, we're going to give you food and everything else. I'm not getting it. Somebody needs to help me to understand. Help me, Lord. You understand that, Anchor Baby?
Well, I've been trying to, and I think I can offer maybe an angle of what's going on here.
Okay.
And I've been reading just stuff from New York Post and Times of Israel. And to summarize, essentially, it seems this deal is centered around a humanitarian concern, that the 3 female hostages are the only females. The rest of the 30, I gather, are men.
Okay, still you want the men
back? And on the Palestinian side, the ones they're releasing, according to New York Post and stuff, that it is also primarily women and children. There are men, like I heard you say that there may be some fighting men, but it seems that the main concern here is basically women and children first, and then the following phases of this deal.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me again.
That they're concerned about the women and children first, essentially, to summarize.
So Israel concerned about the women and children.
And on the Palestinian side, they're also getting women and children from the Israelis.
No, they got 90 men.
Well, according to the New York Post, there's also women and children with these.
So they get 90 people, men, women, and
right under this.
And Israel get 3.
Yeah,
and that still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
that still doesn't make sense.
Well, the remaining hostages seem to be men. You see, so they're not the fighters. It's easier to release the women and children.
Who are not the fighters? Israel fighters or Hamas?
Israel's fighters.
They're not.
To get the women is less contentious, less of a problem. And yeah, Jesse, they're getting, according to your post, they're getting women and children too.
Who?
The ones that are being released by Israel.
Oh, New York Post said?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Israel get 3 women.
The prisoners let go are women and children, according to a list from the Palestinian Authority's Commission for Prisoners' Affairs.
And Israel only get 3 women.
Right, so they're getting their women, and the Palestinians are getting their women. And
so Israel only had 3 women over there?
Yeah. I'm trying to get straight on that. The remaining 30 are totally just men.
Did they say that?
I'm trying to get that straight, but it seems like it is. But I want to confirm that for you.
But still, okay, let's say that the deal, let's get all the women home, right? Let's say that. So why don't Israel give 3 to them, and then they get Israel 3?
I
did 90.
Yeah.
3 and 90 don't add up.
We need you negotiating this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the?
I'm like, I'm slow in math, but that doesn't add up.
I bet you would
Let
get
me
the
count my
hostages.
fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 3. 1, 2, 3. For some reason, that math don't add up. Even if that's the deal, if women, if the little plan is to get the women home, okay, you give me 3, I give you 3. How do you make a deal with your enemy? I'm going to give you 90 people, you give me 3, and we're going to trust you. Anyway, thank you, Anchor Baby, for trying to help me.
Yes, sir.
I'm black and slow. I don't get the count. It doesn't add up to me. It doesn't make sense. They didn't even get 3 men. They got 3 females. But anyway, somebody out there help me understand. I'm willing to understand. Let me go to Summer out of Utah. Summer, thank you for holding. Go ahead.
Hey, no problem. Thank you. I was wondering about a lot of things, but judgment. I was thinking I'd ask you first. My best friend's husband has like 10 scriptures or something that she just sent me that shows in the Bible where it says that we should be judging. And I really love what you have to say about judging. And I like sharing that because I really love like practicing forgiveness and not needing to judge others. And it makes sense how you say it. And we don't have to worry about being judged ourselves and to be forgiven for that. But still, we don't have to stay around people doing bad things or something. But I was wondering, what would you say to somebody who has all these, like her husband is so adamant about judging that they don't hang out with anyone hardly and like ever, like because he judges everyone and everyone is so bad. I don't know how he's hanging out with my husband, but I think my husband just listens to him. And so they're both just really judgmental. And yet they're both like angry men and they get pretty hostile. They both have that in common too. And we're more kind of like women is the one raising the children. So we're not women trying to put up a huge fight, I guess. Not all the, I just have I have issue and I fight with my husband mostly just about that he's angry and hostile. A lot of times just when he's stressed and so that maybe he doesn't come home stressed, like if the kids and I are sick and I couldn't clean and then he's mad about that it's not clean, I just would like prefer like let's take some space and time from each other. I really want to know how to be the best woman I can be. I really love sharing this with with women and telling them that they need to forgive. And I can see like that basically it's a similar formula for women being more feminine as it is for men being more masculine. It's turning to God. God will help us be more feminine as women. It'll help men be more masculine as men if we all forgive our mothers and our fathers and turn to God. And so yeah, I'm really trying to figure out your program and do it. I do have I have a hard time doing the silent prayer for some reason. I think because it's more like a meditation, it feels like it's easier to just say, hi, like, hey, God, like, I'm sorry for this. Can you help me with this? I know you said that that's not really the way to pray, though. But yeah, those are kind of some of my issues, or some of the things.
And so your question is how not to judge or about judgment?
Yeah, that was the main question, yeah.
But there's nowhere in the Bible where it tells you to judge.
I have a few that she told me. Can I read a couple of them?
Yeah, give me one real fast.
Okay. Okay, I thought I had it already. It's there it is right here. Okay. It says John 7:24, judge righteous judgment. Oh wait. Here's Psalms 37:30. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue taketh of judgment.
But that's not telling you to judge.
Yeah, that's saying righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue taketh. That's actually saying to take away from judgment. That's one that he's probably justifying.
But there's nowhere where God tells you to judge. He tells you not to judge because you're not God and you don't have a right to judge. And he tells you that if you do judge, you will be judged because what you're doing to others, you're really doing it to yourself. It doesn't tell you to judge.
Yeah. So, like, what would, like...
When your friend sent you those, did you think you read to judge?
Yeah, she said that this is the scriptures that teach to judge.
But read me one that says you should judge.
Okay, there's one that says Corinthians 6:2-4, the saints to judge the world. And then Moroni,
Even Christ did not come to condemn the world, but to overcome the world.
Christ didn't come to condemn the world, yeah, but to overcome the world.
Yeah, so how do your friend think that she has a right to condemn the world? Even Christ didn't do that.
That's a really good question. Yeah. So they're probably just interpreting these in their favor, and for their own, like for her husband's own wanting to judge. Like,
they're reading you something that's not even in the Bible, unless they read an Allah Uba Bible or something like that.
So what about Timothy 5:20? Them that sin rebuke before all, so that others may see. So rebuke the sinner. Like, should we be rebuking the sinner?
It just means don't agree with the sinner. But it doesn't mean to judge them.
Okay, so we can say we don't want to, like Martin Luther King, like we don't want to turn our backs to injustices.
Martin Luther King is not a good example of that. He was a socialist.
Oh, okay. Well,
Martin Luther King is one of the reasons that blacks are stuck on the plantation of the Democratic Party and think that they're victims. So he's not a good example of not judging.
Got it. Okay. Well, what do you believe? Like, if we see somebody do something bad, then, like, my husband's foreman just fired one of the families that helps me watch my kids, a really nice Peruvian family, and he let his foreman fire them for his own jealousy that his wife was friends with their wife. And my husband said, that's totally fine. Do what you want just because this guy makes them so much money. So he lines his pocketbook so he doesn't do anything. What would my responsibility, like as a wife, seeing this be to do?
To stay out of it. Have no opinion about it. It didn't
Really?
happen to it between them and not you.
Even if it's somebody like I love that they're doing it to, that loves my kids, and
Even if it was your mama.
really,
Yeah, it's not your business.
oh my gosh. So I'm being more of like a socialist to interfere and have like this uprising of like mamas
Yeah.
and to like stand up against it.
Yeah, what right do you have to get involved with someone else's world?
Because I thought it was my world too that I'm seeing.
No, your world
them-
is your world. You're not the world. Your world is your world. You're not anyone else's world. Let people live the life they want to live.
So if they're close
And
friends,
you're never gonna know the whole truth anyway, because they're not gonna tell you the total truth about their environment. They're gonna always pretend they were the victim, no matter what the situation is.
so if my husband doesn't want us to have certain like people, or if he wants a foreman that's like kind of really like doesn't let his wife have friends, I mean, then or gets rid of people that are helping us because he doesn't want.
I don't understand your question. So
So even if my husband does something like gets rid of people in our life that that are good people in exchange for somebody
no
that is
such
a
thing
bad.
as good people.
Oh, okay. We're just all. Because I thought that I think of my
All
husband.
people are evil. They are no good. You're never going to find anything good in human nature. It doesn't exist.
So just if my husband just wants to make more money for our family, just let him do it however he needs to do it.
Well, I can't respond to that because I don't know what that means concerning your husband,
So-
right?
Yeah. So I mean, just even it. So maybe So even if you let somebody fire someone for personal reasons and they were our friends, I just let him and find new friends.
So your husband is the owner of the company?
Yeah, he's the owner of the
So
company.
don't say the name of the company. Don't mention the name of the company.
Of course,
So
yeah.
your husband is the owner of a company, right?
Yeah,
And he has a foreman working for him, right?
yeah.
And that foreman fired someone that you know, that you're close to, right?
Yeah.
And why do you have anything to do with it? Why are you involved in it at all?
Because my husband brought all of our families together since Christmas for these families to help our family, because we have a lot of like babies, and so they were all helping us, and I got close to them, and now he let him fire them, and it kind of just ruined our like utopia that we had of like kids coming over and being taken care of by all these like amazing Latinos and families and stuff. So
you know what? I can't. I'm only getting your side of the story, and it's not really clear, so I can't advise you on that at all. If you have you spoken to your husband about it?
Yeah. He just says whatever Albert thinks, even though I think his foreman's just lying because he's jealous. I wanted to fix the other family's car, and then he just wanted to get rid of them.
What business does it have to do with you? It's happening in the company. Your husband got it. Why are you involved making that decision? What you think it is?
Because I guess it's like the woman part of me that is like more of like a natural want to help people, and like I thought they were going to be like family. Like I considered them
But
and
that's
treated them.
evil for you to do that. You're not God. Stop playing God. You can't help anyone.
Well, I just thought if they're helping me, then they're friends for life. Like if they're feeding my babies.
So you're doing it for selfish reason, right?
Well, yeah. I see that I want to, like, I'm ready. I'm okay with adopting them as family, but I guess I can't now because the business part overruled the family part.
But you need to. I don't know what's going on here because you're definitely not clear. I don't quite understand. But why don't you listen to your husband? Let him run the business and you just be a wife and a mother. Why are you involved with who's getting fired and who is not?
I guess because I really cared about these people.
What?
Because I got close with these people and thought they were going to be our, like, you know, help and be a part of our family.
But you thought like lit. Don't think like that.
Thought like what?
Lit.
Like lit?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I wasn't clear on what you said. Sorry.
What?
I wasn't clear. What was that?
Why are you making an outsider be a part of your family? That doesn't make sense.
Because my husband brought us all together, so I got close with all of these people.
And so you were happy when your husband brought y'all together, right?
Yeah.
And you thought it was the right thing, right?
Yeah.
So now that he made another decision and taking that person out, why aren't you happy with that and believe that he's doing the right thing about that?
Oh, because I don't think I think he's on the dark side, like.
But why you didn't think he was on the dark side when he brought these people together with you, but you think he's on the dark side when you're taking them away?
I was really impressed how generous he was being with all these families, like helping bring their different families and get into visas.
But why can't you trust that he's making another decision that is not working? Why don't you trust what he's doing with that?
Because it was a decision that he made only because of money, not because of truth. Or
how do you know that?
People lie, and well, because I know that the foreman was threatening his wife to fire this family because she made friends with them. He said, "You can't leave me because I'll fire these people."
But
so I know that.
Summer, you have no business being all involved in that.
Yeah, I just did because they brought all of us moms together, and so then it brought, maybe it was a bad idea.
You tell whomever went to you and told you the story, you tell that person, I don't want to hear it. You talk to my husband about it, and the foreman, y'all work that out. I'm not a part of it. Why do you have to take sides?
That's what I wonder. So I wonder, what, I open my mouth a lot. I say a lot. I say like everything to everybody. I really don't even know what, I don't know. It's like, I really did, the wives and I did vent about our husbands, but I think in a way that was where we were also talking about forgiving them and moving forward and being better women and not being angry. But I definitely want to learn how to better support my family for sure.
How about starting with being slow to speak and quick to hear?
And quick to hear and slow to speak.
Yeah.
I know. And I don't know, maybe I need to pray more about
Why
that.
don't you do the silent prayer and don't do a meditation, do the silent prayer. Because you don't want to meditate, you want to observate.
Observate. Okay, that's what I was wondering because the silent prayer was a little bit hard. I'm used to talking to God and that feels so easy. And the silent prayer is, so you're saying the silent prayer is more like observing rather than meditating?
You don't want to meditate on anything. You want to watch. And when you first started your conversation, you said something about preaching to men, right?
Well, I was preaching to women, but I tried to tell my husband.
But you shouldn't be preaching to anyone. You need to just work on you and forget about everybody.
Okay.
You need to work on you and whatever your husband did and his former did and that person God, it has nothing to do with you. You stay out of it.
Okay. What can I say to get myself just out of all the, because I definitely told
how
the foreman that I thought.
How about admitting that you're evil and you need to work on you overcoming evil?
Okay, that's hard because it's really hard to see think that I was evil.
No, you're evil.
When I was trying to help people.
It's evil to try to help people. You're not God. You can't help anyone. You can't even help yourself. You can't even do the silent prayer.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that is true. I'm still trying to help people before I'm even like helping myself.
Right, and you even calling your husband dark, and you're turning away from him, and you're turning other people against him. Where's the love in that? Stop being stop being a busybody.
Yeah, I see that he's dark because I see
But
that.
no, you're dark, Summer.
No, I
got to
totally
take a break.
disagree
Hold
with
on.
the way things
And then
are
I'm going to let
going,
Summer
but
go
you
and
can't be
then
angry
back to the
because
caller.
That's what the enemy
The treasure
wants.
chest
He
is
wants
now
to
open on
control you.
D-Live.
They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married. And the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have the sex. You don't want to be angry. You want to speak up. You want to disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear. You won't have doubt. You won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you gotta stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's His nature. Okay, welcome back. 888-7753-773. The Hake Report is coming up right after my show at the top of this hour. TheHakeReport.com. And Big Bop is back, guest hosting with Hake today. Big Bop is back. Smart man. One of the smartest black men on this side of heaven. Big Bop on co-hosting with the Hake today from 9 to 11. And at 11, Joel Friday TV. You black. Joel Friday TV. At 12 noon, The American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby. And then at 2 p.m., Punchie TV. Brand new episode on Punchie TV at 2 p.m. Watch this.
We have a special guest, Jake Julius here. But what would you say your view on Trump is in general? What do you think about Trump?
I would describe Donald Trump first and foremost as a capitalist.
Okay. How far down is Christian?
Pretty far down, man.
Do you think that women should be in politics at all?
I don't think that women should vote or anything.
I'm thinking about the word husband and the word wife. There's a thing called animal husbandry, breaking the horse's spirit. Similarly, you're doing that for a wife.
Heterosexuality and homosexuality, to me, are both perversions.
If you want to make babies with a woman, then you have to be attracted to the woman.
Sex itself is not of God. It's a falling away from God.
You don't want to miss this one. I'm sure you can tell. And then last but not, that's Punchie TV at 2 p.m. today. Last but not least, check out Punchie's coffee. I got my own coffee now. I think you're going to love it. Punchie's coffee. Punchie coffee. Go to rebuildingaman.com/store. Good. Isn't that amazing? Punchie's coffee. Rebuildingaman.com/store. Or you can pick it up at the office. Call 800-411-BOND. Hey, I want to come over there and buy some of that coffee. And every dime goes back to Bond to help us do the work we're trying to get done here. Thank you for your support in advance. I do appreciate it. I am going to get back to the phone in a minute. I just want to show you this. Why women need help, the right men to guide them until they find their way. Women need the Father. They need God to guide them in the same way that men need God. We're not on our own. Of ourselves, we can do nothing. Of ourselves, we know nothing. And remember, Trump said he's going to help the women even if they don't like it. What the? I didn't even know about this until this morning. My producer was telling me, Derek was telling me that there was a worldwide people were worldwide people march, protesting against, oh, that's not even written right. Let me see. Worldwide people march. Oh, something called Worldwide People March. It will call that. Worldwide People March. A protest happening Saturday. This was last Saturday there. It happened this past Saturday? Okay, this past Saturday. There was something called Worldwide People March. Did y'all know about this? I didn't hear anything about this until this morning. BBC has reported thousands of mostly female demonstrators took to the street in Washington, D.C. on Saturday to rally against President-elect Donald Trump, 2 days ahead of his inauguration. Watch this from ABC.
We are just 2 days away from Donald Trump's second inauguration, and his supporters, as his supporters travel to support him, there are also thousands of people who are starting to gather in the nation's capital right now as part of the People's March. It's organized by hundreds of advocate groups in protest of his second presidency and his policies. Sister marches will also take place across the country and internationally even. You're seeing all the spots right there, that in green, that's where they're happening. People's March advisor Ashley Woodard Henderson joins us now to talk about this event. So who is involved in the People's March?
There are over 100 organizations across the United States involved in this protest.
In a hard iron curler. Oh! And here is a look at the protesters from Saturday.
We will not go back. We will not go back.
The banners are inventive. A smorgasbord of pleas and insults for the man soon to be president. Con man. Regulate guns, not women. The People's March, this was called. The people who didn't vote for him and who are scared what the next 4 years will bring.
I'm unapologetically queer. I'm unapologetically a woman. I want to be free.
Send her back to China.
I don't want to just stay there and be silent and get all my rights taken away by someone who doesn't even know how to talk.
Tell me about that. First convicted felon to be president of the United States.
First convicted felon. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. We also put Elon because you can't spell felon without Elon, right?
Tamika Middleton helped organize the Women's March 8 years ago, and this one too.
Do you think he's listening? Do you think he cares that there are thousands of people out in D.C. today protesting against him?
I mean, our audience is never Donald Trump. I think he pays attention because he wants to compare, the ego of it all. But our audience, our target audience, is everyday folks who are looking for something to believe in, who are looking for people to connect to.
But no. So they won't go back. They don't want to go back to heaven. They want to stay in hell. What the? Donald Trump said he's going to help y'all even if you don't like it. You're going to love me. I'm staying. And you're going to love me. Sound like a communist group to me. Where is this? What y'all think about this? I didn't even know about this. This is why women need men. God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman. This is what you get when they lose sight of their men, the fathers, the husbands, the boyfriends, the husbands. They're just lost. Really, that's all it is. They're lost. Summer, thank you for holding. Go ahead.
Hello?
Summer.
Oh, sorry. I should have hung up. I already talked to you. I'm so sorry. I was still
Summer, here's what I recommend. Do what you want. You get out of everybody else's business. Stop preaching to women. And you work on yourself, do the silent prayer, drop the anger, and raise the children at home.
Okay. I'll try to do that. I mean, y'all just stop talking I just texting all my friends, a lot about all this stuff.
Yes. Don't tell anyone. Just quietly work on you.
Okay. It all comes back to me. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it all comes back to me. Like the last time I talked to you also, like I guess it's so much easier to just go look out in the world and solve other problems but your own,
Right. Put your eyes on you. Do the silent prayer. Watch those thoughts and emotions and stay present so you can raise the children, be there for your husband to raise the children, and let your husband handle the business, and you stay out of everything. And stop trying to preach to the women. You ain't got nobody out there preaching. All right?
Yeah, okay.
All right, work.
Thank you, Jesse.
All right, don't let these people pull you into their hell either.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Let me know how it goes, all right?
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye now.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Monica out of Michigan. Monica, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello, Jesse.
Hey, Monica.
I love you, and you woke me up to a lot of stuff. I don't believe in racism anymore.
Right on. And I love you
I
back.
don't, and I'm not afraid to say that I obey my man.
Nice.
I think he's the smartest man in the world. And I just love him. We don't argue. We have no anger. And the only thing is, I just started, I pray, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. And do I pray to God or do I pray to Jesus? How do I start off my prayer?
You
I'm
pray
not sure.
by just be still and watch those thoughts. You know not what to ask for. You know not what you want. You know not what you need. So all you need to do is, are you doing the silent prayer?
No.
And why not?
I'm not sure how to do the silent prayer.
Go to rebuildingtheman.com/prayer, and it will show you how to do it. And you just be still, and God will guide you, and He will add everything unto you. It'll be perfect.
Well, I just feel a little guilty because I just started praying because I started having seizures out of nowhere. And I feel guilty because it's like I'm only praying because I need him now.
Well, that's all right. Whatever brought you to Him, that's fine. You don't need to feel guilty.
Okay.
Whatever caused you to try to return to the Father is fine. Sometimes it takes pain. Most people, it takes pain for them to return to the Father. So you're fine. He's not judging you for that at all.
Okay.
And I want to encourage you though. Do your little hoop and holler. I wouldn't recommend you do it because you're praying to the devil. You don't even know what you want, right? I would just be still and let Him guide. Let God. He know your heart. He want to change your heart from anger to love, and He a guy. He want to take over.
Okay.
So do the silent prayer. And when you say you're feeling guilty, who feel guilty?
I feel guilty for asking for him to help me when.
And who are you?
Because now I need him. Me.
And who are you?
Monica.
Who are you? That's your name. Who are you?
I don't understand what you mean.
Who are you? You said I feel guilty. Who is feeling guilty?
Me. I just feel like he's not going to listen to me because.
But who are you?
I don't know.
What?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
So then how do you know you are feeling guilty?
Because I feel it in my heart.
And who is feeling in their heart?
I don't know. Me.
And who are you?
A mother, a wife.
Okay, so you told me you have children. You told me you're married, but you still didn't, and you told me your name. You still didn't tell me who you are.
I don't know how to explain who I am.
Then how do you know you feel guilty then?
I just feel something. I feel something in my heart.
And are you what you feel?
No.
So
I guess not.
And are you what you think?
No.
So why do you call those things you? Why do you say, I feel guilty, when there's no Monica there to feel guilty? Why are you identified with the thoughts and the feelings?
I don't know, because I have a heart.
But the heart just pump blood and give you some oxygen and all that. You're not. Are you your heart?
I guess not.
So who is feeling guilty?
I don't know. I guess it's just a feeling.
Right. Stop calling thoughts and feeling you. You're not the thoughts and you're not the feelings. All thoughts and all feelings are lies. The so-called good ones and the bad ones. Stop identifying with them, and they are convinced, trying to make you think God is like holding something against you because you only came to him when you had pain. That doesn't make sense. There is no Monica.
I never looked at it like that.
Drop those thoughts and drop those pains and don't call them you, because every time you believe them, you're drinking poison. All thoughts are all lies. Stop drinking the poison.
Then what should I do?
Just live.
Just live.
That's all you do. Be present. Practice being present. Do the silent prayer so you can be present rather than lost in your imagination in those thoughts. Those thoughts are where evil lives. And you're wishing thoughts when you believe them. You're wishing the devil. The devil is your God.
Okay. Well, I don't want the devil to be my God.
Then stop believing him. And stop calling him you. Never again say, I feel pain, I feel good, I feel this, and I feel that, or I thought this, and I thought that. It's not you. You identify with the devil when you attach yourself to him like that. And every time you do it, Monica, you're dying.
You're right. You're right.
What a mess!
Well, I love watching your shows, and sometimes I wish I could be sitting next to you when you're talking to people, and they think that you're asking them trick questions, and they don't want to answer. I think it's hilarious.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time for you. Which do you accept? That you are a sinner, or all your sins have been forgiven?
Well, I don't think my sin's been forgiven, but I try not to sin.
Why you don't believe your sins have been forgiven?
Because what makes me special to God that my sins are going to be forgiven.
He loves you. And he said, all your sins have been forgiven. Why don't you believe him about that rather than believing the devil that you're a sinner?
Well, I know the devil's working hard on me.
Why do you believe the devil that you're a sinner when God says all your sins have been forgiven?
I don't know. But how do I know that God forgives me?
He said it.
Well, that's good to know.
But why don't you believe it? Why are you believing the devil and not God?
I don't believe the devil.
Then why you call yourself a sinner then?
Because I have sinned.
But God has forgiven you for that and wiped them all away. They don't exist anymore anywhere but in your mind. And it's the devil that's reminding you in your mind. God is not reminding you. They've all been wiped away. And now, have you forgiven your mother? You dropped your anger?
Yeah, I forgive her.
You told her?
No, I didn't have a chance to.
Why not?
She died.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, realize just as you couldn't help yourself when you were a sinner, your mother could not help herself. And forgive her as God has forgiven you.
Yeah.
And do the silent prayer, rebuildingtheman.com, and you'll be fine. And stop calling yourself a sinner.
I have a sister who had it worse from my mom, and she lives with a lot of anger. And I wish I try to get to her to make her understand to forgive, but I can't get through to her. She's
don't even
so
try. You're not supposed to try to get to her. Let her suffer in her hell. You just work on.
I don't want her to suffer.
Why not? She wants to suffer.
I want her to be happy.
But why do you want something that she doesn't want?
Well, is there anything you can tell me I could tell her just to help her? Forgive her, my mom.
Yes. Tell her either you forgive my mother or you suffer. And then leave her alone and let her suffer.
My mom was evil.
Right. I know that. And your sister may love being evil as well. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing God can do about it until she can admit she's evil and she want to forgive, and God will bring her through it.
I don't think she's evil.
No, she's evil. No human beings are good.
I think I have really good sisters.
No, they're evil.
Well, I have two sisters that are really, really, really good-hearted, good people, good women.
No. They were doing that because they were trying to cover up their evil, and because they did something nice, you call them good.
They have the goodest hearts. My sister would do anything for anybody. I'm not talking about the one sister.
Right.
Anger.
Let me do this because of time. But she'll do anything but forgive.
I know. I've been trying to talk to her, but
your one sister that does anything for anybody. She would do anything for anybody but forgive. She won't drop her anger.
No, that sister don't have anger.
Oh, how she overcame?
Yes.
She forgave your mother?
Yes.
Good. Well, why don't you forgive?
I guess I do forgive her. I mean, she had probably the hard life too, and I guess
she did.
The reason she was raised bad, but I just want my other sister to forgive her.
Why do you want something they don't want? Just work on you. You notice that God is letting your other sister live in her hell because your other sister doesn't want to overcome hell?
I have really good sisters.
No
They're really
such
good
thing.
women. They're really good women. They take care of their kids. They want to obey their husbands, but some of them got losers. But
let me do this because of time. I want you to call me again, but for now, go to rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. I want you to start doing that and stay out of your imagination. Don't call it you. Don't call those emotions you. They're all evil, so that God can take them away from you, all right?
Okay. Thank you.
Call me again.
I will.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye.
Nick is playing the inauguration. Y'all see it? What the? The great YO. Super chat.
Super chat.
Super chats. Over on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. 1 Corinthians 3:18-19 writes Jeff Hanselman. Do not deceive yourselves. If any of you think you are wise by the standards of this age, you should become, quote unquote, fools so that you may become wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness in God's sight.
That's for sure. Amazing. Thank you.
Donnie Girl's idea with another Rumble rant. In adult Sunday school yesterday, this scripture came up, 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I want you to know that the head of every man is Christ, the head of every woman is man, and the head of Christ is God.
Yep. Amazing. Thank you.
Joel's Mexican cousin, Joel Fridays, just bought a diamond. It's so cold in New York, had to wrap myself in clothes and plastic.
Amazing. Thank you. Be careful.
Israel, cream of the planet, on Cash App, a rebuilt man feeding his spirit. Why live the hard... And then it gets cut off. Maybe it was going to say hard life, but I'm not sure.
Amazing.
Thank you, Israel.
Thank you.
See Bill 3 copies. Men, try not to have sex with women when dating because it will weaken you and you will become a beta male. Laughing face, tears. And it prevents you from doing what is right.
Amazing. Thank you.
Fernando loves Trump. Bought a coffee. God bless JLP. God bless Trump. God bless America.
Amazing. Thank you. And God bless you. Thank you.
Pastor Shadowley, R-word caller did not go back far enough in Jesse lore. Find Jesse saying Black Lives Matter is a radical, agitative organization started by black lesbians and homosexuals and social justice warrior.
Amazing. Thank you.
Jerome, only black by name, bought a coffee. Shout out from Denmark. You got to stop singing Adele songs, Jesse. She sold her soul to the devil. What the?
Hello. How is you? I'm in California dreaming of the way we used to be when we were younger. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerome, not only black by name. California Taco bought a coffee. Happy DJT Day. America, America, American flag.
Amazing. Thank you.
Terry bought a coffee. Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a permanent attitude.
Absolutely.
Martin Luther King Jr. Happy MLK Day, Jesse and crew.
What the?
Emoji.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
Yeah.
Celestial Lord with the Rumble rant. The main reason the deal is to completely shut down the war. Even if it is not fair, both sides will get all their captured people back. If Hamas, if Hamas don't complete their end of the deal, they will die anyway.
But how do you get 3 women and all men? And they say, Nick says, the New York Times says some women. But how do you get 90 over 3? What the?
Shout out to the top contributors on the D-Live crew: Joel Fridays, Mexican Cousin, Games for Wreck, Misty, Groovy Monkey, Kid Combo 1, Army Ann, Kilo Alpha Tango. Thank you guys as always, and shout out to the Rumble supporters as well, monthly subscribers and coffee members. And thank you guys. I do believe that is all for now.
Amazing. Thank you. Oh, man, thank you all so much. Camilla Harris is at the inauguration. Oh, poor Camilla. She's at the inauguration celebration. Poor Camilla. Where's Michelle? Michelle ain't there. Michelle knows she's the boss. Amazing. I'm out of time. The Hate Report coming now. Hate and Big Bump. Big Bump is here today. And then Joel Friday after the Hate Report. And after that, the American Ankle Baby. And after that, Punchie. P-U-N. There go Barack. Where your wife? Who is the boss? She must not be obeying. Bye, y'all. Call me tomorrow. Bye.
I just want to say thank you for everything that you do. You've absolutely changed my life for the positive, and I just want to thank you. I was 29-year-old beta, living at home with my mom, and just was living in fear and in doubt, and I couldn't hold down a job. And then I found you, and I started listening, and I started just being more at peace. And I forgave my mom, and I forgave my father, and it's like right after that, everything just changed in my life, and I was able to get a good job, and I moved out, and I live on my own now, and everything has just changed. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for spreading that message. It really is a positive message.
Amazing. That's good, man. I want people to know God loves us in ways that there are no words to express, because you have nothing to compare it to, right? Stay with the silent prayer. You haven't seen anything yet. It gets better. You can't run from evil within yourself or outside of self. You got to deal with it. And you need good in order to deal with evil. And God is good. You need to return to the Father. And you'll see within you, he will fight the battle for you. And he will fight it without.
because he will show you how to deal with it, and you will have no fear. Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your might, along with nothing else. Nothing else means yourself, your children, your wife, your things, your ego, your reputation, and all that. You can't care about any of that. The children of anger will use it to control you. But if you love God, he will renew your mind, and none of those things will be before him. And so when they go after you, oh, well, you may take my body, you may take my things, but you're not going to take my soul. And that's a true reality.